Yo, mama.
What go on, Papa?
They are trying to fight for a while, I mean, I understand.
Yeah?
Yeah. Blessed
What kind of
evening,
war
man.
that?
Blessed evening. War,
Blessed
man.
loves.
Every minute, the network war, you know?
Okay.
We don't fix that thing at proper, so we don't have no more of that fight here, you see me? Yeah, me?
Yeah, man, area. Loud and clear.
Blessed. Ladies and gentlemen,
Blessed.
boys and girls, man. We are talking about a blessing overdue, man. Jesus.
Long time, right?
Yeah, too long. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on the live, why you give a warm, zen, and loving welcome to me party from Marine Park. Me decent friend. Me friend we do all heap of chatting and make one full circle and end up come turn big Rastafari I represent. We are talking about no other than Mama Storm, aka Kelly and Minto. We now mention no more a place stadium. You see me? Yeah,
Yes,
man.
I.
Yeah, man. We don't
What go on, Jonesy?
We there, I love God, you know.
I told the man look fresh, man.
Yeah, God is good. It's all shower.
Blessings, you know?
Yeah. All right.
Yes, I.
Yes, well, Father God, we are begging for us. Bless this conversation and bless the enlightenment we're about to bring and bless the Empress and the effort of everybody upon the live. Thank you for joining us. This is CROXROAD Terminal Week 71 and we are going to feature the only female artist on the Cassette Jones Giggy Riddim. And we're going to kick it off like this. How you do?
I'm all right. There.
I'm glad to hear that. So, it's almost surreal to say when we're up in our age now, we know we're professional, we skill set, our passion, and the support is real. And we need to make you know, so I really appreciate the time where you take to come talk to you. And without no further ado, make we ask the question. Tell the people them who is the real Storm.
Well, the real Storm is just a little idle daughter from out of Spanish Town, originally from Spanish Town. Then we move over to Portmore. That's where I meet my friend Jonesy. Long time from high school days, from early childhood days and then thing there. Yeah, you know, migrated to America and to really pursue a career. Over here, I got a scholarship to go to university here. And but the music just never leave me. My dad was a musician, originally from St. Anne, Jamaica. And you know, he didn't really want me to really get involved in the music, because as a man that was in the music over the years, he knew what how the struggle was for female artists. So he you know, they more wanted me to focus on academics. So I got a scholarship to come here, migrated here, went to college here, and it just so happened that I buck up on a virgin, my car, go to the garage one day, and him say him have a studio where we can go. And then the music just kind of take off from there. So just start some music, and the people them gravitate towards it. But originally when I started out, I wasn't doing roots music. I was doing some rather lewd lyrics.
Hold on. That may I tell you about Storm, and Storm just come heavy, and you know, we just slow it down a little. Slow it down, man.
Yeah. Sean, big up.
Yes.
Yourself
Yes,
every
say a
time.
bag of thing. Yes, say 1 million things. So let me just back up a little bit. When and what age did you get started in this business?
Do you mean in the business, like officially, like putting out songs, or just being?
When you get the first itch for the music, what age you get? Yeah.
I think I remember I was in high school, because when we got summer holidays, I used to go visit my father down on the North Coast in Ocho. He had a band down on the North Coast, and his house was like the house that most of the artists came to, you know, most of the musicians came to if they wanted to learn how to play an instrument, because my dad played every instrument, and his house, all of the guys from the band, they lived there. So, you know, so when a new emerging musician or whatever was coming up, they would go to his house, and, you know, just seeing the vibe. I think I was probably maybe about 13, 14.
13,
you know,
14.
Yeah. Probably was about 13, 14.
Cool, man. All right, so it sounds like a teenage pursuit. Cause when time we reach them age, you know, we want to do everything, you know. So you want to do artist thing. To tell the truth, me never see that. You know, and you're good at concealing things. So this is one of the things that when we want that everybody want to know. Cause enough people depend this who know Kelly and Minter, you know, but them don't know Mama Storm, the firebrand. You see me? So age 14. All right.
Yeah.
You say your father was instrumental in your loving music and them thing there. You have any other inspirations or influences who make you say, yo, more and do these things?
Well, my mother, she was a Christian, and, you know, gospel music, and you know, upon Sunday daytime, when Sunday dinner cook, the old it's a play, and, you know, all of that stuff, she would listen to like Al Green, and, you know, Sam, you know, she would listen to a lot of foreign artists. But I remember when I was going to Holy Childhood, and they were having a barbecue, and even Marine Park I even performed at Marine Park barbecue one time. I don't know if you remember.
Remember.
Yeah, I think I did a Tracy Chapman song, because I really love Tracy Chapman. I think I have her kind of raspy kind of voice, and, you know, her music really sat well with me, and I would, you know, perform at Holy Childhood barbecue or at Marine Park barbecue. I would perform some Tracy Chapman songs. But it wasn't until really I migrated to America and got away from all the voices that would say, no, you're so smart, pursue your career, study a book and think about academics and stuff like that, that I really got the leverage to really kind of dabble into music.
Okay. Oh, so you come a foreign, come turn Rasta.
And you know, it's funny because I always loved Rasta. I always loved Rasta, because my dad had a lot of virgins that were Rastas and stuff like that. But he would always, me couldn't make my mother know, tell my mother nothing about Rasta, because, as I told you, so you know, you remember my mom, Jonesy?
Of course. Rest in peace,
yeah.
Mama.
Yeah, and it was actually when she passed away in 2011 that because as I told you before, I was doing music, but I was doing more lewd lyrics because as a female trying to emerge on the music scene, you feel that lewd lyrics is the way to go, and lewd lyrics will get you that quick attention and that fast attention and stuff like that.
Stop,
And
stop,
when
stop, 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 stop. Condolences to your mother.
give thanks, give
Yes,
thanks.
she raised you well. That's why all of this did wait until you touch foreign and move out. So we're gonna move on. Lewd lyrics.
My God. Yeah, so that's what everybody was doing. Everybody that was at the forefront, that's what they were really doing. So, I kind of
Mm-hmm.
dabbled in that for a minute. I would say probably for maybe about a year and a half, and that's how I really got my name in Baltimore. I was originally Storm before, and just Storm, and I remember when I lost my mom, it really caused me to really reflect on self, to really reflect on what I was doing, because even though I was doing lewd lyrics and I would get a couple of shows here and there, mainly in the DMV area, it didn't feel right to me. And I remember I was at a show shortly after her passing. The show had on it was General Pecos, Junior Demus, Yami Bolo, Junior Cat, Johnny Osborne, and a couple of the big names, the veteran artists them in the music thing. And I remember I went on when I went on, I had a song called Daddy Where Were You? And I started off with that song, and everybody that was inside came out. The one of the artists them come out and they were like, whoa, me like that girl voice. And then we go in
Mm-hmm.
on one of the slackness thing them right after that. And the man them disperse aya. So so when I came off of stage, one of them pulled me aside and said to me, you have such a nice commanding voice. The lewd lyrics is not for you, is not for you. You don't have to do that. And
Yeah.
and then he also introduced me to the teachings of Rastafari, and I really got to understand Rastafari more and stuff like that. And with losing my mom, it's the comfort of Rastafari is really what got me through. So that's how and then I changed my name to the Real Storm after that because I felt that that was the real me.
Okay. So me I go fast now. So what was the lewd name where they go with before you turned star?
No, my name was Storm. My artist name was Storm when I was
Still.
doing lewd lyrics, and then when I was doing lewd lyrics, my name because how I got the name Storm is when I was in Jamaica. Shortly before I left Jamaica, there was a studio. President Brown had a studio in Ocho Rios, and my cousin, Ifari, he was a part of President Brown's entourage. He would tour President Brown, and he mostly played the kettle drum, but he was also an artist. So I would go to the
Mm-hmm.
studio with him, thief out and go to the studio because I couldn't make my father know, and
Yeah.
I would go with him. Yeah, and I was at the studio one day, and the engineer, Braveheart, big up yourself, down there in France. He was playing a rhythm, and I was like, there was an artist there called I don't know if you remember an artist from out of Orchard called Professor Frisky.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and Professor Frisky was there. So when I jump on the rhythm now, he jumped on the rhythm right after me. And
Mm-hmm.
Frankie Paul walked in, and Frankie Paul was like, that girl there blow like a storm.
That him say.
So then people started to call me Storm.
Okay. So your credited name Storm come from Frankie Paul.
There you go. Yeah.
Mr. Paul, wherever you're there in the world, bless
Rest
up
in peace,
yourself.
Frankie.
Rest in a Zion King. So
Yes, sir.
I read somewhere where your first song, the title Can We?
Yes.
Me not know that song there, but can we talk about that song?
That song, it was not, as I told you, I was dabbling in some things at the studio in Ocho Rios. And that's where that song came about. It wasn't officially released or anything, but that was the first song that I really sat and wrote and constructed and, stuff like that and recorded, but it wasn't officially released. But that was the
Okay.
first song I wrote.
All right. Can we pass the can we? But you see that song, the song when name real Jamaican rock.
Yes, sir.
And that's how I know you're an artist. Like all along, I still have you as Kelly and Minto.
I think you're going to say something else, you know.
No, I'm not do that. No, do that. No,
I don't nothing. I don't nothing.
Not doing that.
People, since him no want to tell Uno, let me tell Uno that there's no shame in my game. This brother here used to trouble me so much. When me walk I come in from school, him call me mother N. Because them say me walk upright. Them say me walk upright, you know? So them say me walk like a little mother N. So every time I come from school, I would hear in the background, who that mother N? We don't have the shame in our game, Jonesy.
Yeah.
But I tell the people them how you stay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I love man. I never know man. I just we are youth and you don't know. We have to put names to people and you don't know. I just have to identify people. You see me?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
So Jamaican, the real Jamaican rap. That are the song where me first were made to know that you, Kelly and Minto, is now an artist. And that song there, to me, the skill set where you exercise for that song, to me, made it impress. Up to this day, me have it as one of your baddest songs. It and Sensi, to me, are the one of the baddest songs. And the pen womanship in this is like, me I say, well, that woman there is a storyteller, because when you talk about the nostalgic feeling of being a Jamaican, and Jamaica and a whole and how you fit it together. Me I say, yo, she big. Mrs. Donna, big up yourself on the live. My mother, big up. My life, Barney, big up. When I heard you did that song, me I say, hold on, you know, say, me can't approach her no more like no. Like Kelly, and me have to approach her now as the name where me hear the real Storm. So the real Storm created that Storm. I took that song and I brought it to Jamaica and I beg music feel for play it. The response that I got from that song, me I say, yo, you know, so that Empress had upon a path to greatness, and of course, you went on to do other songs where the catalog long. So, how did the real Jamaican rap come about? Why you made a song like that, and why the rhythm, the type of rhythm where you use and style, how that come about?
Well, as I told you before, shortly after I lost my mom, I don't remember. You remember there was in the BlackBerry days, there was a thing called BBM Messenger, BlackBerry Messenger, and there was a producer. I didn't know he was a producer at the time, and he had posted something. I don't know how he ended up on my BBM, but he had posted something, and in relation to his mom, losing his mom and stuff like that. I think it was coming up to the anniversary of his mom's death, and as somebody that had recently lost my mom too as well, I reached out and offered some words of encouragement, and then I guess he started to check out my thing and stuff like that, and he realized that I was an artist. So he said to me that you know, he would like to work with me and stuff like that. After that union, he decided that he wanted to do an album. I did a couple of singles with him before that, and then he decided that you know, we should do an album. And when I was thinking about the whole idea and the whole concept of the album, I really wanted to give kudos to the veterans of the music and to all that came before me and set the path so that we could be able to do this. And I thought to myself, you know, it would be good to draw for some older rhythms, because I always kind of like the vibe of the older rhythms, the drum and bass and stuff like that with the older rhythms. I was drawn to that. And I remember the Boops was one of my favorite rhythms then, you know, because I love Super Cat, and that was one of my favorite rhythms. And when I was listening to the Boops, the idea just came to me, you know, just to start talking about the veterans and just the whole vibe of the dancehall, the whole original kind of vibe. And a lot of the things I weren't there for, but I kind of drew some ideas from Pecos. And he was telling me back about when them did have two bombs and them kind of something that I wasn't privy to that information. But then, I just started to paint the whole picture, the peanut man, the vendor, them I sell them two Craveny and two Mataran and a Guinness, that just the whole vibe of the dance, of the dance hall itself. So that's how I decided to construct that song.
Okay. So hear me now. Which part and what was the reaction? Which part you did there and what was the reaction when you first hear that on the radio station? I want to hear from a woman perspective, woman artist. Wagwan.
It was an awesome feeling because that track was the track that kind of propelled me to a different level. Because out of that track, I got my first award. I got Female Artist of the Year in the DMV area, and the album got Album of the Year in Washington D.C. So it was a joy. It was a joy just to see the pull of the people, and because different people started reaching out to me, and it was just a joy. It was just a joy. Sometimes it seems so surreal. Sometimes people are like, Storm, you just you just move so. But it's just like, it's just like, to me, I really want it because I don't think my father got the respect that he deserved in the music. And I just wanted to carry on that, just in observance of him and in observance of what he did. And as a lot of artists, as I told you before, passed through his house, Jack Raditz, a lot of them, Benjamin, a lot of them. So that album was really dedicated to him and to my mom as well as, so I just wanted to really put my all in that album.
I really like the thing them we have say. And they put a little list together and me have the real Jamaican rap, me have My Sensi, me have Angry Beast, me have Stay. And so me love that song, that Stay. Me like the singing style. Me never know they have so much good vocals. Come like you used to ball enough as a pitney. Isn't it? Princess Black, you have Foreign Life, you have Come Together featuring Giddy Man, you have Survive, you have Barricade, you have Black Man, you have Old Strong, you have Imperial, you have Ital Love, you have Coachy Load, you have Lionheart, you have Me Are the Gun, you have Mr. Entertainer, you have Real Life, and you have Welcome Home. Just to name a few. All of them songs right now, all of this, prolific. All of them things roots based. All of them things strike up and dredge up some feeling of empowerment. And why the lane when me that say now, when you have the more cliche topics, why so prolific, why so strong, why so empowering in a time when it's easier to do. I call him now, UF now, style of thing. Why Rastafari? Why so strong?
Well, I don't think I chose Rastafari. Rastafari chose me, and I've always loved writing because I remember in high school I used to do poetry. I used to write poetry, a lot of poetry and stuff like that. And when I came to America, when I was going to college, there was a course that I had to take that was called critical writing. And I remember, as a matter of fact, I did a paper about Rastafari, and I wasn't even a Rasta as yet. I wasn't even a Rasta on the exterior as yet at that time. And I've always gravitated to music with a message. And I think it's integral. If I say I'm going to dedicate myself to doing music, I think it's integral for me to have a message in my music. And growing up with a single mom, I've always saw the struggle of the Black woman, of women in general, having children and trying to do your best for your kids and trying to, provide a shelter, provide So I thought that was it's necessary for me to motivate women and also for me to enlighten the youth. Yeah.
Well said, cause I'm really proud of the movement, I'm proud of the decision, I'm proud of the inner talent that wasn't exposed until adult stage. It inspired me. May I try the Rasta thing, but
You're dear God
son,
already, Papa. Yeah? You can't serve two God. You can't be Rasta and ballad at the same time, Pops.
a sunflower thing I go on over here, so.
Natty, big up yourself. Natty Forono, big up yourself. Cassandra, Ma, big up yourself.
Yo, my impact crew. Philip, me see you, Philip. Bless up yourself. All right. So, what is the secret behind vibing to a Riddim? See? To make them type of song because everybody have a formula. I don't expect you to give me the Colonel Sanders. I just want to know how your mind work, like with all I want go on, or you're channeling and say, all right, then me I go choose a topic and this is how me I go deliver it. What the chemistry behind that? If you don't mind me asking.
Sometimes it depends on the rhythm. Sometimes I'll get a rhythm and just the whole vibe of the rhythm and an idea will come to me based off of the vibe of the rhythm. At other times, you know, when we sit down and burn a spliff, sometimes some different kind of thoughts coming on my meditation. You know what I mean? Just living, you know, just general day-to-day livity and just watching, you know, just watching folks how they operate and just watching what's really going on in this place that we're living in now, you know, in this world, you know. So, you know, sometimes you get a rhythm and sometimes it take me a little while for depending on the rhythm. But sometimes I'll get a rhythm. The first day I get the rhythm, I listen to the rhythm and an idea comes to me. I write it on the same day. And sometimes by the next day I record it. Like when I got your rhythm, you know, when I got your rhythm, it gave me a vibe. Originally, I had a different idea for the rhythm.
Me not reach us yet. You're a real star. Me not reach us up. Me want the journalist. Me need the molasses reasoning. And the molasses reasoning we want, you know, you think you're going to run going, so me not reach us yet. Yeah, so you say it depends on the vibe where you know, it depends if you have Haitians and it depends on where you are, where the rhythm attack to you and them thing there.
And it depends on how I'm feeling. Like for example, I have a song called Banana. I didn't send that one to you, but I'm gonna send it to you. I was looking forward to send to you, but I didn't get a chance to send it to you, but I'm gonna send it. How that song really came about was that I had gotten home from work and at that time the person I was dealing with at that time, he decided that, you know, he's gonna boil some green banana and stuff like that and fry up some saltfish and things like that because I think it was a rainy night and that's just what we felt like having. And he went to the Caribbean market and it took so long to come back and I was listening to the rhythm and I was getting so frustrated at how long he came back because I really wanted the green banana. And then just in thinking about that and just being in that frame of mind and a bonus spliff, the idea just come to me. Now hear me, Mr. D, when you reap the nana tree, can you save a bunch for me? Ooh-wee, 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 Mr. D, Mr. D. So it was just, you know, it just depends on what's going on.
So you pull inspiration from anywhere, anything what go on at the time.
From anything that's going on. Anything that's going on.
Why, man, I tell you, you're one of them artists that will paint the whole art form with words and everything there. Bad artists.
Yes, thanks.
Yes, I. So,
thanks.
Hear me now, with all of them songs that we just named. Yeah, turn star now, the name changed from Kellyanne now to Mama Star. The strut start are different, you know. You walk upright now, you know what I mean? And I step in a Rastafari now. Where was your biggest performance? Or where did you perform? Where you perform and the crowd respond? It basically confirmed to you, say, yo, you know, so you know our world right now where at different levels. Where was that?
That was at the One Love Festival in Delaware. In Delaware, they have a yearly One Love Festival in Delaware. Because originally when Bob Marley came to America, he was living in Delaware. So every year they have a Bob Marley themed One Love Fest. And I remember, because as a newer artist, I was slated for an earlier performance, and I went on and did my set. The band that came on after me, they called me on their sets because they were so impressed by the performance that I did. And then Luciano, who was the headliner, he also called me on his set. So I went on the stage 3 different times and did 3 different performances at that one festival. And I remember when I came off of stage, the actor Leon, I don't know if you remember Leon from Cool Runnings, that movie, he was there as well. And as I saw this person coming around with a couple of security, and I was wondering who was this, and who is this guy coming to? When I look, I saw it was Leon. Little did I know he was coming to tell me how much he enjoyed my performance. So that really made me feel good. Yeah.
So right, that's all. So Leon, come tell us your style. Like, yo, man, I was really enjoying your performance, and Rastafari bless.
Yeah. It was a good feeling.
Me personally, I know you're witty with a pen because I get a couple songs from you before me even decided I don't want to play music. And when me listen some of them songs, those songs was part of what started that little burning there to say, you know what, let me try play back some music. And we have some story to add to that. I have credits to give for a lot of things, but I want, the molasses way. One song, big up. So hear this now. You have one song where name Sensi. My Sensi. I don't partake, but I watch a lot of people partake. I want you explain.
Wait until I come to New York and you're see if you not partake.
I want you explain the whole creation of that song because to me, you say some things where a lot of herbalists afraid to say. Some weed offense go on and some man get addressed. So I want you say, tell me how that come about. Is it a song that's based off a reality, true life experience, or you just have this penmanship and I feel like to write something? I want to hear that because and the biggest question I get from everybody when I tell them so they're going to interview you, them say, ask her about the My Sensi song.
It was partially based off of experience, but I added a little bit of whimsicalness to it. But it was partially based off of personal experience. I was friends with somebody who was like a weed shark. You know what I mean? You buy your thing and just like how the song say, King, you buy your thing, you give them half, you say, all right, you split it down half, that are yours. And them done half for them one and start by your one. That can't work. Yeah, you know what I mean? But the whole scenario of it, like the way I wrote it, it was like somebody will come check me and whatever. That was just a storytelling thing, but the rest of it is a real life experience. I mean, say enough people feel like that way there because it burn you. Especially when, say, I'll may have a tune for right later down in the night, and when me I look on the thing just a go down. No, man, go on home, man. You talk to you next time. Yeah, man, me talk to you next time.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. Are the most requested songs still. Are the most requested songs. Just so you know, so whatever inspiration you had when you write that song, it really connect. Because you end up saying some things that a lot of people who offended can't say. Right?
Yeah.
So we're done with the Sensi now. Serious note. We both have gone through life-changing moments. I know you from my name come off or my number come off of Almanac. I know you from before my name changed to Cassette Jones. You know me as Marlon.
Marlon?
Yes. So my mother name is Dana, big up yourself. So I was privileged to share some life-changing moments with you, and you always seem so stoic and strong, and you know what I mean, like the voice of reasoning. And me did always want to ask you this, and the privilege I come now, and me I go ask you. Was there any time in your musical career where you was at a crossroad where you feel like you gotta just give up that thing, yeah?
Yeah. And we've had these conversations, and um, sometimes you see where you're trying so hard to motivate and to uplift, and then ones that are in the place that you're from, aren't seeing the necessity in pushing for this type of music. But others who don't look like me and you are more interested in just, I mean, sometimes I don't even have to ask anybody, in certain areas to play my music. Sometimes they even buy it, as even radio jocks and sound system operators. They even would go and purchase the music. And the place that I'm from, the place that I call home, it's such an effort, to get the music out there. And I think what is going on now in Jamaica is it is very important that that the youth them hear them kind of vibes. You know what I mean? So sometimes when you're trying to reach out to ones and ones, and it's like a money thing, and others, yet still others that don't look like me and you are interested in putting forth the music. It's very, it's very, it's not a nice feeling. It's not a nice feeling. And sometimes I'll sit and I'll say to myself, why am I really doing this? Why am I really doing this? Because I have my 9 to 5 job and stuff like that, and I'm like, I'm putting so much effort in this, and I would really love for my people to grasp my music, instead of, I love, don't get me wrong, I'm thankful for the support of others. I'm very appreciative for the support of others. But it would be good too to hear the music in my country, through the hills and the valleys of my country. And let me big up JNR International. He's down there now in Jamaica, and he has been pushing the music. And I give thanks for ones and ones like that, the real lovers of the music, yourself, Jonesy. The real lovers of the music, who really want folks to hear the message, and who really want to give a female artist a chance. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes it's very, we've had these conversations. No, yeah.
Well, your music is like pertinent and relevant and needed in a time like them, because to be militant in a this 2022, it take real effort. It's an uphill climb, and to see you stand so strong and wave the banner, you have influenced and encouraged and motivated a lot of people. JNR, big up yourself. Man like Bali, big up. We know a couple more people who look like you, wanna be like you, and they make couple steps and they fall, and them feel like them want to give up on the thing. Do you have any message of encouragement to female artists? Can you give them a to-do list, or this is the remedy I use to get through days like where you just mentioned?
Well, there's not a particular formula in how to get through it, because different folks, different strokes for different folks. However, I think it's important that you keep Jah close to you. Keep Jah close to you, and read the Bible, all affirm meditation, and I have a few friends, that I can call friends. Keep those friends that are real close to you. And, because sometimes there are going to be days that you're going to need some words of encouragement. And it's always good to have those people around you that can motivate you sometimes when you're not feeling as strong. Because sometimes, you do some kind of music and people think that you are oh so strong and stuff like that. But, we're human beings like everybody else. And you'll have those moments. Keep Jah close to you. Stay true to self. Stay true to self. Don't sell out your values. Don't sell out your values. We always say, and stay true. Stay true to those that are true to you. We always say unity over opportunity. Stay true to those that are true to you.
Well said.
Yeah.
Man like Linky Links, big up yourself. Man has enough respect, King.
And study the veteran them.
All right. Yeah, move that
Spraga, big up yourself every time, Mr. Benz. Rasta Jai, manners and respect.
Carlton Grant, Mr. Carlton Grant, big up yourself, my brother. All right. So hear this now. It's a burning desire to ask you, how did you end up on the Cassette Jones Giggy Riddim? What was the process and why the topic poverty? 3 in 1. How? What was the process and why poverty?
Well, before me and you discuss some rhythm thing and we discuss doing some kind of a collaborative effort with each other. And it so happened that I was at home one morning, and you remember I called you, and because I saw that Elephant Man song, and I heard the Cassette Jones Giggy. So I shout here, I said, Mr. Jones, how comes them bad rhythm they are release and Storm not upon it? And you say, Storm, look how much time I said But it just gave me because I always like those kind of rhythms. I always like the foundational dancehall. I always love them. So from an ear that is like my skin catch a fire. And I had the first. It wasn't that originally. It wasn't poverty. It was the idea that came to me. It was another song. I think I called you too, and I was singing it for you. And you was like, "All right, record it and stuff like that." But I was just at home one day, and I remember I went out to the gas station to put some gas in my car before work because I said I didn't want to stop on my way to work because I didn't want it to take up too much of my time. So I went to put some gas in my car, and there was a woman and a man at the gas station, and they were asking me if I could give them $20, and I said, "Are you guys okay?" Because they really didn't look okay, and they were telling me, what was going on with them, and they had lost their home and stuff like that, and because of COVID and stuff like that, they were living in a shelter, and I was just thinking, I came back home, and I was listening to the rhythm, and I was just thinking about the whole vibe, the whole interaction with these folks, and it just came to me. I'm like, it's so unfair, So I was like, who is that knocking at my door? The poverty. This is a state of war. We're tired of this. We're tired of this. Yeah, so that's how that came to me.
All right. So them say confession good for the soul. Say made it up in my feelings because I send so much rhythm come here. And personally, I don't feel like you did like none of the rhythm them when I send. It's okay because it's a creative process. So when you call now and say, "Oh, Jonesy, Wagwan, oh, I'm not getting Wagwan with the Giggy Riddim," I said to myself, I never know you want advice. Actually, I never feel like you're interested in them things. So when I send you the rhythm and you recorded the song, at first, me that look on the creative expression, and everybody did that do girl song, everybody did that do like, you don't know, the social commentary, the topics them were your cliche topics, and the one them were little bit little bit different and them thing them. But when me hear poverty, I say interesting. She got poverty. The lyrics them were in it. The line that catch me the most was the melancholy. What?
Yeah, because I remember when I called you, it was like, who that melancholy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So big up Mr. Cleveland Brownie. I sent the track to him and him proof it. And when him proof it, him say, yo, Jones, I love this song. It's a very good song. It's not like a typical song. I remember me actually tell you. Because
Yeah.
me feel like our duty as people will come from the same place. We straighten, we circle. The whole Marine Park crew, Portmore. Me love you like how you love Portmore. Because I inspire the whole of this. So I just say, when I got the chance to add a strength to your thing where I try to build, made it honored. You know what I mean? And if you know, say, as somebody from my hometown where I grew up, me take different type of pride in this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I one of them track the way you listen to for just like meds for see what go on and for see current affairs and them things there. So I one of them meditation track, but at the same time it have a vibe to all your flow and do your thing. It have groove.
Give
So
thanks.
it's an official recording. I'm glad to know say if nothing else not happen after today and that happen, I feel like mission accomplished with Marine Park. We're there on the map with a one bad song, with other bad songs, with other artists were bad, and I feel like mission accomplished and we did what we had to do. I know the last, but I feel say it's a commendable effort on behalf of a male and a female from the same place. It's a win for that little geographical spot there. Marine Park.
Most definitely. Most
yes.
definitely. Every
Yes.
time. Every time.
Yes.
Demos,
All
big
right.
up yourself. Every time.
Mr. Demos. JD, big up. The whole Marine Park bull. May I talk about Vic too much. But we save that part there. I could just concentrate on the Empress, Mama Storm. So watch this now. You're in the business now, and you know you have whole heap of male co-workers and less female co-workers, and it kind of tedious to kind of hold that meditation there. But do you think, based on how you knew dancehall to be, do you think it's missing a spontaneous vibes of artists just popping up wherever the music I play and just know say, oh yeah, me I got just bust two style and you know what I mean, just give my 2 cents. Do you think it's missing that element?
Can you still hear me properly?
Yeah, me I hear you, man.
Okay, my headphones just went dead.
Yeah, I hear you.
Most definitely. Because I think what draws the rest of the world to dancehall and reggae music is the drum and bass factor. And I think a lot of the more recent music that's coming out of Jamaica, it's forgetting about the whole foundation and what really makes people around the world gravitate to our music. And from you take out the drum and you take out the bass. So definitely it's missing. Like it's missing that authentic core and root.
Okay. Mrs. Social Media text with faith again, you know. Yes.
You can hear me okay, right?
Back the cans them, you know. Very
Okay.
nice. White and clear. Yeah. All right. The vibe where you get when you're in a cipher, I see other co-worker put them things together. Where even if you never have a topic, sentence, no supporting details, no nothing for build a song. Do you find that now that equipment and accessibility to studio on a block make it easier to make a song, but at the same time, the songs that are being made lacks the elements where really make the music vibrant?
And I don't want to make such a general statement because there are good songs out there, there are good artists out there.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it has a little bit to do with it because even me right now, I have my own studio. I record myself. I do all of my recordings myself, and I realize that the vibe when you go in our studio and you have man and man there and them a bust two shot if the lyrics bad and just the whole vibe of the studio and just the whole vibe around that. Sometimes I really miss that. And sometimes you even do a song and then you have a next virgin that say, yo, that part they sound good, but me not like that part. They drop it, drop out. You can't do that part. Just the whole vibing with others. So sometimes when you're alone by yourself, sometimes you'll get caught up in your own little thing. But that whole vibe of the music, I would say yeah. I would say yeah.
Okay. I deliberately ask you that because I get you all amped up to ask you that question. What is your stance on the current state of dancehall as it relates to your younger co-workers?
There are some of the music that I like. There are some of them that I like. I think it could be better because I think a part of the focus too should be because remember you have a lot of young people that are listening to you and even like me, if me listen to a Bounty Killer, me will listen to all a Bounty Killer, me will listen to all two gun tune and when me don't listen to it, me feel so bad and wicked, because the song just gave the vibes there. So I think there can be more creativity in terms of outside of the whole gun thing, the whole that topic, the whole sex topic, the whole I think there's a lot of other things to talk about. There's a lot of other things to be addressed. So a lot of other topics that is important with us that have been blessed with a platform to use the platform to talk about these things too as well. Even if you want to do some of that, that's fine. But everyone to himself. I'm not here to judge anybody. But we also have to maintain that there is an integral. We have an integral duty as persons that have been blessed with a platform to also do some kind of upliftment for the youth. Do some kind of motivational stuff for the women. It doesn't have to be every time you do a song about a woman. It has to be some kind of under this or this and what about the real essence of love? What about the real essence of romance? Where's that part of it? The part of the music that brings forth feeling. That's important. And I think that is being left out and there's a lot of degrading of women going on and I personally don't like it. But to each his own. I'm not here to judge. I just have to do what Jah afforded me the ability to do and just keep it moving, and leave them to their own vices. They have Jah to answer to me. Not take on Jah work.
Touchy.
Yeah.
Touchy. All right. Roots music, drum and bass. You don't know. It's colorful with instruments and percussions and you don't know snares and bridges and all of that. Now, dancehall came from reggae music. Dancehall now have a stepchild when named trap dancehall. A lot of the songs are great songs, but if it wasn't for the dialect, you probably wouldn't even know how to categorize it. Do you have any feelings that need to be heard as it relates to roots, reggae, dancehall, and the importance of the elements that make it identifiable?
Yeah, definitely. As I said before, the drum and bass is important, and that's been left out. I'm not gonna knock the whole trap band, because I remember, like, back in our days when we were kids, the whole vibe of dancehall, it changed from what our parents used to listen to, and they probably didn't embrace it either as well. But I'm more concerned about the content. I'm more concerned about the musical content. And we also, even if you're gonna like I'll voice a song on a jungle rhythm. I voiced a song on a jungle rhythm. My voice song on all different kind of rhythms. But I stay true to the message. And also, I'm not gonna be known as a trap artist or a jungle artist. I'm a roots artist that happens to do these other things. So I'm not gonna limit myself and say, oh no, I would never jump on that rhythm or whatever. Of course I'll do it, and I leave, to each his own. What the younger folks like is what they like. But also we have to keep the core of the music alive, because that is what really even gave us a name in this industry. That is why Muma Nancy Bam Bam is sampled so many times. It's one of the most sampled songs in the music. And that song is over 20 odd, almost 30 years old. And it's still relevant up to this day. So I think the heartbeat of the music cannot be left out.
Okay, me agree. Me just did a ask because I really want to know. But it evident say it's unidentifiable without the dialect. Because if it was a different dialect, it would be a total different
thing.
Yeah.
Agree.
Great songs I make. Me love every artist right now where I do them thing. You don't know, them a put pen to paper, and them a do ingenuity. Them a evolution where it is a must. Do you have any current artists out there now where in other sector there where you'd like collaborate with?
You mean in the dancehall diaspora?
Yeah, nowadays.
Definitely Popcorn. I love Popcorn. You listen to some Popcorn. I like Popcorn. Still have some song I like, because they have a different kind of flow and stuff like that. The little young youth who I come up now named Joshy, I do him thing. So really any young artist will come to me, But what we're not gonna do is that if I'm gonna collaborate with a young artist, and we're not gonna do the slackness, we're not gonna do that. So it has to be the meditation has to be up. You know what I mean? So it has to be someone that can pen an upful meditation. And that's limited to that capacity of the music alone.
Okay.
You have to be, yeah, definitely.
Well said. You play any instrument?
Yeah, the triangle. Bad part the triangle, And I really should be ashamed of myself, because my dad played every instrument. I bought a ukulele. I bought a book about because I tried the guitar at first, and for some reasons I was trying the guitar and my fingers, it just was so harsh on my fingers that I said, okay, let me start off. Maybe I jump the gun. Let me start off with a little ukulele. Buy the book. I have a keyboard, bought the keyboard book and stuff like that. But I can probably play a few chords and keys, and I can probably play a few keys on the keyboard, but nothing to talk about really. But when it comes to the triangle, Yeah, man. Mash up that.
Alright. On a serious note now, what was your most difficult song to write and why?
My most difficult song that I had to write was I wrote a song for my mom right after she passed away. And it was very hard for me to write. That's one of them. Um, because of the whole emotions and every time I started remembering her, I would start crying and then I stopped writing and stuff like that. And also another song called Aya, where I don't know if you remember when the whole Freddie Gray thing erupted in Baltimore and that whole vibe and
Mm-hmm.
the brutality, police brutality stuff that was going on. And I wrote a song called Aya. And up
Mm-hmm.
until this day, sometimes when I'm performing that song, it kind of brings over a feeling as as a mother of two black men, two black boys, and it just really hits me deep. And what I was seeing really, really forced some emotions out of me that I thought it was necessary for me to write that. But it was a pretty hard song to write. Not in terms of hard in terms of time, but just hard in terms of emotions.
Okay,
Yeah.
I understand. All right. We come from a place near Marine Park where every Labor Day, all our neighbor them where you know see on no other day, everybody come out and instrumental and the whitewash and do the whole
Yeah.
thing, and when we're done, we eat food and we celebrate together, and your neighbor them could have actually scold you. Your mind sharp, you get two lick too, and you go home and your mother and your father give you two more lick.
Beat it. True.
All right. It's a shame, but it's a reality where that Marine Park then, which is a part of Jamaica where we know only exists up here. So it's a harsh reality for deal with, but it's a reality regardless. So we are talking about Jamaica, Jamaica. What are your opinion on the current state of our country?
I think it's very scary. I think it's very scary. Um, I can just imagine if it's this scary as an adult, how it must be for the kids. I think it's very scary. It's too much killings going on, too much, children, abduction of children, and all that stuff. And it seems like I don't know if they just don't care. Obviously, they just don't care. I don't know if the bigger heads just don't care, or. But it's really scary. It's really scary. It's very sad and it really hurts my heart to see that this country that we grew up in, that we were free to. I remember like when Holy Childhood used to keep them barbecue, sometimes bus stop run, the 1, 2 o'clock a morning, we'll walk all the way from Alpha Tree, come up Portmore in the night there. And we were okay, we were fine. We didn't have to worry about anything. I know it's so different. The youths are going in a direction that is scary. It's scary to think about what it's gonna be like 10, 20 years from now. It's scary. It's like everything I sell out. People now have no rights, people now have no respect, people now have no love. You know what I mean? And it's just scary because I remember back in our time when we walk on the street and you see an older person, you have to show respect. You can't, not cuss bad word thing in front of all people, in front of big people, or not smoke weed and them something in front of people. You show respect. I know it's like that is all gone out the door, and it's so sad. It's so sad. You know what I mean? Yeah.
The murder out of everything else. Away. Me not lie, me a man and me get scared too. Me not lie, me no know. Me no know macho thing. Me I tell you, cause me have pitney, Me have relatives, me have mother, me have father, me have siblings, me have relatives, and it's like every time you get a call from Jamaica, it's like the first thing come to mind. Hope and pray and enough foolishness me I hear, and that has been like the case for the past decade.
Yeah.
So me say that we say this as people as the diaspora who no longer dead away. Love your country, said we, and don't give up on your country, and anything where you can do to instill or try bestow some knowledge onto the who dead right now. But want to continue to hold that faith there regardless of what go on, because of the real test now, you know. A pressure test now, you know. So I hear interview and more hear anything where you have as knowledge, where you feel like you can bestow and contribute to the effort to make the change where you think necessary for now. What would you say to the country, your country, my country, everybody else upon the life country as it relates to the state and what we can do to address and remedy at least a percentage of what going on right now?
I think it's important that we give the youth them some things to do. You know, I think the government should invest some time and some money into building more centers for the youths, you know, whether it be academics, whether it be a trade, whether it be something. Because I did a song recently where I was saying that a lot of the youths them were out there in the street and get trouble. A lot of them don't really want to do it. But it's out of me not say you have some dog out one out there will definitely just so them stay. But you have those. I remember I saw a video on Instagram where this youth he was talking and he was like, you know, I've tried everything to get a job. I need a job. I need something to do. I feel like I'm gonna go crazy. I feel like me don't want to be here anymore because no matter what I try, you know what I mean. We need to free up some of the youth them, give them something to do. You know, have some job fairs, have some workshops and get even if it's a sound system workshop where you have some of the bigger man them in the sound system thing, the veteran them, you know, where some youth can come and learn how to play sound properly and do whatever craft they choose to go into properly. You know what I mean? Whether it be if you want to be an artist, you have some veterans in the business where dedicate a couple of days to the week to helping these youths and to teaching them. Then you have also the business aspect of the music, where you have those that can help and teach and show how to go about the music so that you can earn a living from doing the music and stuff like that. We need to have more of those things in place. You know what I mean? More place where the youth them can go and play and freely run around and play, and you know, homework centers where them can come after school and them can get help with them homework, because a lot of them parents out there and them have to look it, so them can't the home with the youth them for make sure say homework do and stuff like that. You know, have some of these safe places that these kids can go and they can feel safe and they can have a comfortable learning space. You know, I think it all starts with the mind of the youth. I think it all starts with the mind of the youth. And that is how we can look about for a change to come in the coming years. Because if we keep poisoning the minds of the youth, then imagine 20 years from now when those youth become adults. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we definitely, the government of Jamaica definitely, and stop sell out the country, man. Stop sell out the country. We still have to pay for drive per road of Jamaica. You know what I mean? Per regular road. We have to pay for drive per toll road. You know, we not own the port again. We not have no airline. All of them something they gone. You know what I mean? You know, we need people in leadership who are concerned about and really love the country and are concerned about the people of the country instead of their pockets. You know, or instead of what they can gain. You know what I mean? So Jamaica just need a clean sweep. Just a sweep out of the whole of the corruption and just a fresh start. You know what I mean? Just a fresh start.
We I really appreciate what you say. Because I share similar sentiments. But we as the diaspora, we're on the outside that look in, like when you watch a football game and you see the play them we can make. Do you think us as a diaspora can make any form of contribution to lessen the burden?
I think we can. I think we can, even me as a musician, as an artist, I was thinking about when I visit Jamaica the next time I'm gonna, do something geared towards the youth of my community in terms of I'm also from De La Vega City and over in Portmore, Marine Park, wherever it is, wherever there's the need, you know, just some motivational speaking, some showing them a different side of, just showing them a different side of life and a different side of thinking, just a different side of thinking. Because I think everything stems from a thought. Every process that goes on stems from a thought. And when we can change our way of thinking, that's when we can really incorporate real change. You know what I mean? So, I think there are things that we can do. There are things that we can do, and we need to show more unity and more love. Because I noticed that sometimes you live outside of Jamaica, then put you in the category foreign artists and stuff like that. I'm a Jamaican. I'm a Jamaican artist. I just happen to reside somewhere else. But Jamaica is where my heart is. You know what I mean? So.
Well,
definitely.
for all who categorize the foreigner them as non-Jamaican, I bring Jamaica come and foreign with me. Let me tell you that. Me talk and walk and sound and belch and sleep and wake up and lily water Jamaica. You hear that? So hear this now. Before me go off, you think we have a chance?
Of course. We have a chance. From there's life, there's always hope. From there's life, there's always hope. We now stop until the fat lady sings. Until the curtain them draw.
I don't know about the singing of the fat lady, but
yeah, man, it's not over until it's over.
Yeah, man. Me hopeful. Me always a pray. Me I put some pressure upon some prayer. Not just for me relative them and me confederates and me socialites and me party them, but for the whole country, I'm hope God deal with it for an urgency, because more time I like go me yard and no worry. And to tell you the truth, if me tell you something, no worry, I lie more than I tell. But Jamaica,
Yeah.
your hand is like you can't cut off your nose to spite your face. We are Jamaican and forever be a Jamaican. We are one of the most loving in the world, and you have to left Jamaica for low that. And we are one of the, we think we are extremists. Either way are the spectrum. Let me just put it as that. My love and respect, we just left it that way there. But yeah, Jamaica, it needs prayer. We need some love and we need some forgiveness. We can't start this up.
Yeah, and we need unity.
Yes. Kelly.
Yes, Marlon.
I really feel like me come know one different side to your way. Before the Riddim, me never know that side because everything was, me I gotta give some trouble and me I gotta say some things just to get a reaction. But after me come know you, you're one of the coolest female I know.
Give time.
Big up your Rasta self.
Give thanks, Papa. Yeah, man.
So everybody on the live, me thank you know. But before we left, me I gotta ask the real Storm for kind of give the people in direction who would I like do business with you, whether it be dub plate, whether it be jingles, whether it be motivational speech, whether it be an appearance, whether it be part of panel, how them can reach you.
You can reach me on Instagram, on IG, The Real Storm. That's DA space REAL, space Storm. You can reach me on Facebook, The Real Storm. You can reach me on Twitter, The Real Storm. You can reach me on SoundCloud, The Real Storm. You can link me on LinkedIn, The Real Storm. You know, so as you type in The Real Storm, I'll be there in some format or the other, whatever way you check. You can link me on TikTok. I have a TikTok, The Real Storm. You know what I mean? And yeah, just reach out to me. Reach out to me.
Cool, man. Yo, as me always say, gratitude, manners, and enough respect, Miss Minto.
Give time.
Marine Park Crew, big up on yourself from A to Z on the list of names. Me no want left out nobody, so from you have a name and live a Marine Park, big up. From you have a name and live a Jamaica, big up. From you have a name and live in the world, big up.
Every time.
Have a phone and dep on the line, big up. That means I'm not left out nobody because you're somebody, Me love and appreciate you. And this is the song that actually caused the interview you have to be a reality. So if you don't get it yet, it's now available on all digital platforms. And the title name is Poverty. I want you to listen to penmanship in that song before you go anywhere you want to go, before you go bed, before you eat your dinner, before you drink, before you roll up, before you drive out, go work. I want you to listen to that song. All courtesy of Miss Muma Stan. Song name Poverty. Listen up.
Who's not knocking at my door? What's in the car? We don't want no more. If I the money, what you need me for? Rough life, go where? I'm another dad. I have to drink from the well of my lamp for left. Rastafari, come arrive. Who is that knocking at my door? If I no money, what you need me for? Poverty, this is a state of war. Hungry belly, we no want no more. If I no money, what you need me for? State of war. Broke life, oh well, I'm on holiday. I'm tired to drink from the well of melancholy. You cover me, why? My Sensi. Oh, the fire hypocrisy. You better get out of my way. Who is that knocking at my door? If I no money, what you need me for? Poverty, this is a state of war. Hungry belly, we no want no more. If I no money, what you need me for? In the shade, who is that knocking at my door? If I no money, what you need me for? Hungry belly, we no want no more. Me not tear grow like the seed of my soul. I have to work everything my phone. Sufferation, you're a dirty rat. Now turn around, I'm not looking back. If I no money, what you need me for? I don't want no more. If I no money, what you need me for? And tomorrow me no want more. So now come around. Now come around. You never want to see me. I'll be going to your ground. So back down. Go away. I'm on holiday. You tired to drink from the well of melancholy. My sense. When we bond the color. If I no money, what you need me for? Hungry belly, we no want no more. If I no money, what you need me for?
Yeah, mama.
Yes, Papa.
Hear that?
Thank you.
Can't stop
Thank you.
off my teeth.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
And big up
thank
everybody
you
who
for
tuning
being-
in. Thank you so much for taking out some time out of your evening to tune in, just to listen to the vibe. JNR International, big up yourself every time, Papa. Cassandra, Mark, big up yourself. Rasta Jai, big up yourself, Papa, every time. Natty, 410, big up yourself every time for all the support over the years and the love. Everybody that's supporting Mama Storm, I really appreciate it. I give thanks. And, looking forward to working with some new people and looking forward to doing some more work with Cassette Jones. You know what I mean? Now it a show some me blessing them a flow. Me not here grow like the seed them when me sow. Some a sleep while the cock a crow. I have to work for return my dough. Who is that knocking at my door? If I no money, what you need me for? Poverty, this is a state of war. Hungry belly, we no want no more. Who is that knocking at my door? If I no money, what you need me for? Poverty, this is a state of war. Hand to mouth, we no want. Broke life, go away. I'm on holiday. Me tired to drink from the well of melancholy. Yele, Jacoba me gwe. Retire without no delay, my sense. Smell it when me burn the color. It kindles a flame to the fire hypocrisy. So say fair, and they sit no whisper. You better get out of my way. Why? Thanks so much for having me, Papa. It was a joy.
Yeah, man.
It was a joy.
Man. Everybody,
yes, sir.
If you have a name, and you living and breathing, thank you. Big up my mother. Big up Brian. Big up Bali. Big up Mystic Soul. Big up the co-worker them with the pan the Riddim. Bada General. Deli Rams. Elephant Man. Shiano. Daddy Da. General Degree. Red Rat. Natel. Big brother Wayne Wanda. Big brother Carl Tan. Big up on yourself. Seeing Galaxy P. Big up. See, everybody where they pan the Riddim, Mama Star, big up. Frankie Sly, big up. Mr. Cleveland Brownie, big up. Danny Pepper Seed, big up. Dr. Dre, big up. Marine Park, big up. For your love, God, just big up. See?
Just big up.
Yeah, so that has been,
just big up.
This has been the CROXROAD Terminal, week 71. And before I come off with that wait, I say save the best for last. You see the same lady here? Mama Stan, it is she and Rowan fellas that was instrumental for this program being a reality. They were my first two audience member.
Yes,
so
sir.
Ever grateful. You plant one seed and it grows 71 weeks of fruits where everybody enjoy. Enough love and enough respect. May God forever bless you, keep you, bless your vocals, because we want enough more songs.
Yes, sir.
Woy.
And let me tell you something, Jonesy. You big up yourself too. Big up yourself too. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of this project, and I'm so proud of the effort and the work that you have put into this project. I'm so proud of. I tell you this every day. Never forget who you are and never forget your greatness. You're the original Cassette Jones. Big up yourself. Love and respect every time, my brother. And as DJ Riley, big up yourself, you know.
Yeah, Yeah, Kush, big up. Lion Strength, Intrigue, big up. Bali, big up.
Yeah, man.
Aaron, big up. Kimberly, how could I forget? Big up. Me
Big
also,
up, Mama
big up.
Kim.
Seeing?
Every time. Every
Enough
time.
love. Seeing?
Yeah, man.
I'll see you next week when I'm gonna do this, the same thing, but bigger and better. Love God and live. Put God in front of everything and it shall happen. Zing.
See, manners and respect. Every time.
Enough respect.